Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be my update number 5 for my finished 16 in 2016. This is the second to last update, so next month I will have the finale. And in case you haven't seen last month's update, I had at that point finished 6 of the 16 items, so there were 10 left to go. So as always, I'm going to start with the products that I finished completely. So the first one that I finished in the last month was this hand and body cream, and this I think was finished fairly soon after the last update, so I'm pretty glad that one is all gone. And the other thing that I'm going to count as finished, even though there's a little bit of product left at the bottom, because nothing comes out when you pump it. So I'm calling that one done because I can't, these things don't unscrew. So I'm going to call this one done and just move on. So those two were the only products that I finished in the last month, but I have gotten some pretty good use out of some of the others. So this hand sanitizer, I'm down to just here. Last month, I think I was a couple of centimeters higher up. So I definitely think I can finish this one up by the finale next month. This moisturizer I also got a pretty decent amount of use out of. I have hit pan, mostly because I went straight down, but I'm now working around the sides as well. So these come completely full right up to the top, so I did use about a full centimeter down from all around the side, so that's pretty good. I do think this will be gone by the finale as well. I reckon this will take me about another at least a week, possibly 2 weeks, but it'll definitely be gone by the next update. So the next product, I'm probably the most proud of myself for the amount of progress I've had on this, and it is the Maybelline Baby Lips. So if I wind it all the way up, that is how much I have left, and I'll just show you on the piece of paper how that compares to last month. So this is it here. As you can see, that bottom line is where I am now, and the next line up is where I was a month ago. So I am really proud of myself for using that much of it, and if I use the same amount in the next month, it should be gone by the next update. I think it's going to be a little bit close, but I've been using this morning and night pretty well every day, so I think if I try and use it like a third time during the day at some point, and I do that every day, I should be able to finish this. Next we have the Rimmel lipstick in the Redder the Better, and this I have drawn it on the piece of paper, but I think you'll probably be able to see it better just showing you. So this is still, like, I'm not winding this up at all, this is still fully down, but last month it looked like I had never touched it, and this month you can see that it's starting to get a little bit flatter, it's not so pointy anymore. I'll just quickly show you on the piece of paper anyway. So the top line was where I started 5 months ago, and the bottom line is where I am now. So I've not used a lot of it. I honestly, the last month I think is the first time that I've even used this year, but finally you can actually tell that I have used it. And the other lipstick, which is also Rimmel, it's the Kate Moss 107. I used it once, and that was yesterday, and you can't tell that like it hasn't gone down at all, so I'm not going to bother showing it to you on the piece of paper. And then lastly we have the 3 makeup items. So the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Bold Gold. You cannot tell the difference. I probably used this 3 times in the last month, which is about average for me. I think I'm gonna give up on this one because it is just about completely dried up. Like, it looks really patchy when I apply it to my eyes now, and it doesn't look good on its own or really underneath shadows anymore. So I will keep it like in my collection to show you next month, just so that you don't think that I'm cheating in this project, but I am just kind of putting this one aside, and I'm not going to probably be using it at all. Then we have the Almay Concealer and Brightener. I think I might have used this once in the last month. I think I used the concealer side, but I'm just not into this product. I am going to keep it out for the next month and try and use it, but it's not going to be used up next month, and I'm not going to try really hard to use it or anything because it's just not a product that I reach for, that I need or anything. So this is probably going to get decluttered when I do my next declutter, which is probably going to be like January now. And the last product is the Natio Bronzer and Enhancer, and I feel like I have expanded the pan in both sides of this. I'm just not sure if you're going to be able to tell this month because the enhancer I've mostly been working like next to the pan instead of on the sides of the pan, so it's thinner all around it, but it's not necessarily that much bigger for the actual pan. And on the bronzer side, I haven't been using a tiny little brush that much. I've mostly been using my big bronzer brush and just kind of swirling it everywhere. So even though I think there is way less product in here than there was last month, I'm not sure how much you'll be able to tell. Either way, I am going to continue using this for the rest of the year. It's obviously not going to be finished, but I do really love both sides of this. I think they look really pretty either on the eyes as eyeshadow or just on the face like they're meant to be used. And I think I will continue using this into next year, even though the packaging is broken, as you obviously know already, just because I really like the product and I feel like it hasn't started to go off yet. That was what I was worried about with the broken packaging, was that bacteria would get in and it would start to go off, but it hasn't done that yet, so until it does, I think I will continue using it. And that brings us to the end of today's update, so hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. I hope that with my project pans that it is giving you some inspiration to either do your own project pan or just to generally try and use up some of the products that you have instead of always buying new products, because I definitely find that since I've been doing project pan, I have been a lot more conscious about buying new things. Like when I go to buy a new blush, I'm like, well, think about how long it takes me to actually hit pan on a blush, and I actually don't think I have ever hit pan on a blush, so that's a good thing to keep in mind, that I don't actually need any new blushes. So hopefully these types of videos give you a little bit of motivation to use up the products that you already have as well. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, subscribe if you aren't already. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I will see you next time. Bye!